Hello and welcome, bookworms. Welcome back to the Contented Narrative. We're looking at Murder at Millar's Hotel by Kelly Mason. Now, this is one that, because I'd finished my Agatha Raisin books, all like 30 of them, and I was kind of looking for like a nice, easy detective series. I'm just kind of having a look around, and I couldn't really find anything as such because everything seemed quite meaty. And I love Agatha Christie, and I love, like, don't get me wrong, like I love the classics and stuff like that, but I just wanted something nice and easy to sit and sink my teeth into. And then I read the blurb of this one, and it's a 1920s mystery. It's called Lady Ellen Investigates. I was like, do you know what? I'll give it a go. I put it on my list, and my lovely sibling Quinn got it for me. So thank you so much for getting that for me, because honestly, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Mrs. Fisher's Murders, but it was fantastic. Set in Australia, I believe. Please don't shoot me if it was New Zealand instead, but and it was fantastic because it was set in the 1920s, and Bryony Fisher is the one that investigates. But it's like that meets Agatha Raisin, and it's smushed together, and it was so enjoyable. Now, it's not a particularly hard book to read. It's not a particularly interesting sort of like convoluted plot or anything like that. It's just, it is, for me, it's what's called like a cozy fireside read. And I mean, I finished it in a day. Like, honestly, it's only a couple hundred pages. The writing style's really easy to follow, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So essentially it follows Lady Ellen, and it picks up when her home, Ashcombe Hall, is being turned into from a convalescence home back into her own home. And although she's a lady, she's kind of, she likes people calling her Ellen instead of Lady Ellen or her ladyship. She likes to blend in a bit. So what she's done is she's gone to stay somewhere for a few months while her home is being redone, and she lands in Brandytown, I think it's called Brandon Bay. And so she lands there, and she gets into this hotel, and she's got Prince, her Irish wolfhound, which I'm like, oh my god, if this is made into a TV series, I would watch it. And essentially she goes in, and her nemesis is murdered, and it literally says her nemesis, and then you find out, so basically this guy, Major Coltrane, was court-martialed under suspicion of shooting her husband under friendly fire, and he got off, and so she blames him for the death of her husband. And he also was betrothed to her before she was betrothed to her husband, but then cheated on her with a chorus girl. So she called it off, married her husband. Her husband, obviously, she then gets widowed. And then he's still chasing after her. And he's a nasty piece of work. So you find out that he's like a blackmailer, a gambler. And obviously, we already know he's a cheater and everything. And because obviously she's under suspicion because she's there, he's there, and, all of that. So she then teams up with a person that she knew from the convalescence home and this lovely young lady called Lottie, and they go about to solve the murder. And what I love the most is it's not sort of like, a Sherlock Holmes kind of novel. It's not like, she's got powers of deduction. It's literally just her asking questions and meeting up and having a list of like, oh, these people are the ones that have the motive. And then when she sort of like figures it out, it's really satisfying. So I was kind of sat there going, oh, okay, because I had an idea, I had a feeling, and I was like, it could be this, and then I was wrong, close but wrong, and I was just like, oh, but I wasn't mad. So when I got told, because like sometimes I feel like sometimes when you're guessing what it is and who it is, and then it gets pulled out from under you when it gets revealed who actually was the murderer, and you're like, really, that's not true. But yeah, it wasn't like that. And like when it was real to what actually happened, I was like, oh, this is interesting. I like this. So it's the start of a series. And I do think because they're so easy to read, and honestly, it's such a nice characters and everything in it. Like I like her, I like Lottie, I like Captain Hamilton. Like the I love Prince, the Irish wolfsetter, hound, whatever the hell he is. I love all the characters, and I think I am going to continue with the series because it was such a quick and easy read, and it's not one that I have to put 110% into, to understand what's going on. But I mean, obviously, please give it a read. Please let me know if you do like it. Let me know, and leave recommendations below for similar book series to this one. If you don't like it, again, leave it below and let me know if there is a book series that you prefer over this one. But thank you so much for your continued support, and remember to always keep it contented.